Welcome to Curiox, where the ancient world rises again. Today, we're traveling across thousands of years to uncover the 10 oldest nations and civilizations that still echo through modern history. From empires older than writing to cultures that have survived every war, invasion, and collapse. These are the world's most ancient civilizations that continue to shape humanity. Armenia's roots trace back to the ancient Armenian kingdom founded around 331 BCE, nestled in the Caucasus. It became a crossroads of empires: Persian, Roman, Byzantine, and Ottoman. Despite countless invasions, Armenia preserved its language, culture, and identity. It was also the first nation to adopt Christianity as a state religion. Today, its traditions and ancient heritage remain deeply woven into modern Armenian life, marking it as one of the oldest continuous nations on Earth. Korea's history begins with the legendary kingdom of Gojoseon, founded around 2333 BCE, according to tradition. Over millennia, Korea developed a unique culture, advanced metallurgy, and early forms of writing. Despite division, invasions, and colonial occupation, Korean identity remains strong and unified. The cultural continuity from ancient Gojoseon to modern Korea is unmistakable, reflected in its language, traditions, and national myths that survive to this day. Japan traces its imperial line back to 660 BCE with the legendary emperor Mu. What makes Japan unique is the continuity of its imperial family, the longest hereditary monarchy in the world. Over centuries, Japan preserved its language, traditions, and religion despite isolation and war. From ancient Shinto practices to samurai culture, Japan's identity has remained remarkably intact for nearly 2,700 years. Ethiopia's ancient origins lie in the kingdom of Aksum, one of the great civilizations of antiquity. Founded around 700 BCE, Aksum traded gold, ivory, and exotic goods with Rome and ancient India. Ethiopia is also one of the few African nations that maintained independence through most of history. Its script, religion, and cultural traditions represent one of the world's oldest continuous heritages, surviving nearly 3 millennia of change. Rome was founded in 753 BCE, and from that moment, it grew into an empire that shaped the laws, languages, and architecture of the Western world. Even after the Roman Empire fell, Roman identity, culture, and influence lived on through the Italian peninsula. Modern Italy still carries the legacy of Rome in its cities, alphabets, legal systems, and cultural traditions that are thousands of years old. Greece emerged around 800 BCE with its iconic city-states Athens, Sparta, Corinth. It became the birthplace of democracy, philosophy, and Western science. Even though ancient Greece was not a unified nation, its cultural soul survived through the Hellenistic world and into modern Greece. Its language, myths, and intellectual heritage have remained alive for nearly 3 millennia, influencing the entire modern world. China's history begins with the Xia dynasty around 2070 BCE, followed by Shang and Zhou dynasties that built the foundations of Chinese writing, philosophy, and statecraft. China's civilization is one of the world's longest continuous cultures, surviving countless wars, dynastic changes, and invasions. Its ancient principles, from Confucianism to traditional medicine, still shape the daily lives of over 1 billion people. Vietnam's origins lie in the Hernbang dynasty. Said to begin around 2879 BCE, this ancient kingdom developed early agriculture, bronze casting, and a rich mythological heritage. Despite centuries of conflict with larger empires, Vietnam preserved its identity through language, traditions, and resistance movements. It stands today as one of the oldest continuous cultures in Southeast Asia. Ancient Egypt began around 3150 BCE with the unification of Upper and Lower Egypt under its first pharaoh. It developed monumental architecture, advanced mathematics, and a writing system older than most civilizations. Although Egypt's political continuity broke several times, its culture, symbols, and identity survived through thousands of years. From the pyramids to the Nile-based calendar, Egypt's legacy remains one of humanity's greatest achievements. Iran's history begins with the ancient Elamite civilization around 3225 BCE, followed by the Medes, Achaemenids, Parthians, and Sassanids. What sets Iran apart is its continuous national identity surviving conquests, dynasties, and centuries of cultural change. Persia influenced science, art, architecture, diplomacy, and human rights. From the Cyrus cylinder to modern Iran, this civilization has remained unbroken for more than 5,000 years, making it the oldest continuous nation on Earth. Thanks for traveling through 5,000 years of history with Curiox. These civilizations shaped our world in ways we're still discovering today. If you enjoyed the journey, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more explorations into our ancient past. And here's the question of the day. Which of these ancient civilizations do you think had the greatest impact on humanity, and why?